Hi there, welcome to our new wee series Take 5, where we take 5 minutes to ask 2 key questions raised in our recent Overseas Investors webinar. And we will ask those questions to the relevant expert in that particular field. I'm Stuart Mitchell, your host and owner of Loan Market in Queenstown here, and today I'm joined by long-time local, 35 years plus, founder and partner of Todd Walker here in Queenstown, Mr. Graeme Todd. How are you doing, sir?
Very well, thanks, Stuart.
Good man. And thank you very much for allowing us to use your premises, your beautiful boardroom.
Absolutely.
And we've got the markers in the background. So, look, given we're trying to keep this within 5 minutes for social media, we're trying to put a lot of information in short video, so we'll get straight into it. So, it'll be quite confusing for people living abroad, understanding who can exactly purchase property today in Queenstown. So as a short overview, who can?
Well, generally, obviously, New Zealanders can buy property here, as well as Australians and Singaporeans.
Yeah.
The reason for Singaporeans relates to a historical trade agreement between New Zealand and Singapore. And the restrictions are not a ban. The restriction is on other overseas persons buying land that is classified for rating purposes as residential or lifestyle. And you'll be surprised that there's a lot of properties around Queenstown and throughout New Zealand that are not so rated. And so if you see something that's rated visitor accommodation, commercial, then it's open to anyone to purchase.
Okay.
There is also other pathways for people who have permanent residency in New Zealand, Australia or Singapore, but it's generally citizens of those countries that can buy.
Okay, great. And I guess something else that I've come across, me being a finance advisor, is that people might not realise is if you're a New Zealand citizen living abroad, you're married to somebody else from overseas living in another country, both people can legally purchase that property together.
That's correct,
they?
and you don't have to be married. You can be just living in a relationship.
Right, okay.
And you need to establish and be able to prove that relationship is a permanent relationship.
Okay, great. Okay then, so next and final question would be, an overseas person has decided they want to buy a property, they don't know what it is or when. Is there anything they should be doing pretty much right now to be prepared?
Yeah, definitely. In terms of making contact with a solicitor, probably an accountant if you're looking at an investment property, that you need to be able to thinking about cross-border taxation issues between the countries. You should also be registering to get a New Zealand IRD number in the entity in which you're going to purchase. If it's individuals, an individual IRD number. If it's a trust, that trust may need an IRD number. You should be also making sure that you carry out the requirements for anti-money laundering due diligence. Your lawyers will be able to guide you through that process. Make sure you get all these things set up well and truly in advance of trying to secure a property, because otherwise there could be delays at that point in time. But the main thing is to make those contacts with your lawyer, your accountant, your mortgage broker, of course, and possibly a valuer if you're thinking about getting some advice around the market, what's happening in the market. They're the best people to give you an up-to-date indication of what's going on.
Great, lovely. Well, that's perfect. Thank you, Graeme. And look, as you can see there's a lot to take on board. We have kept it nice and concise. It is important to be prepared and be ready, because these things can take quite some time to organise, and in this active market you probably don't want to be putting conditions 30 to 60 days out. So thank you very much, Graeme. Hope you've enjoyed our first episode of Take 5, and if you check us out next week, we'll be meeting up with Daniel Gibbons, tax expert of Findex. So thank you, and we'll catch you soon. See you later.